Urine formation. First, we will look at the component of urine, the product that is produced. Urine in human adults, it is about 1 to 1.5 liters per day. The amount of urine that is excreted is 1 to 1.5 liters per day. It is pale yellow in color. The color of urine is pale yellow. It is slightly acidic. Slightly acidic. The next thing you have to remember is there is no odor to the urine as soon as it is produced. There is no odor. But on long standing, because the urea is converted into ammonia, there is a ammonia smell is there. Ammonia gives that odor to the stinking smell which comes. It comes because of the ammonia. So, ammonia gives the smell to the urine. Next one, what are the components of urine? Components are, as we are well aware, it is 96% water is there, 2% is urea. The main purpose of formation of excretory system is the excretion of urea. So that is 2%. It is equal to 25 grams to 35 grams per day. The quantity is 25 grams to 35 grams per day. The other 2% is other substances like the salts, the food which you have taken, that comes under the excess of the substances that are excreted out. Next thing, some substances are seen in the urine only during the condition where there is a disease present in the body. So if glucose is present, that condition is called gluconuria. If ketone bodies are present, that condition can indicate the presence of diabetes mellitus. So, from where is this urine formed? Blood comes into the kidneys. In the kidneys, there are about 1 million in each kidney. In each kidney, there are 1 million nephrons. Nephrons are present. So, that nephrons purification or urine formation takes place. So what is purified here? Blood is purified to form the urine. Now, blood is brought to, we have 2 kidneys. So this is into 2 kidneys. 2 million nephrons in our body. 1 million in each kidney. And it is forming the urine. At the end, you have urine formation will take place. How much amount of blood comes to each kidney? So, first let us look at blood. From where is this blood coming into the kidney? Blood is coming to the kidney via an artery which is called the renal artery. Let me write it clearly. The artery which is bringing the blood to the kidney is the renal artery. How much blood does it bring? Per day, it is bringing around 1100 to 1200 ml of blood is brought. This is equal to 1/5 percentage of blood produced in, not produced actually, pumped. One by 5th percentage of blood. This pumped by ventricles. So, that blood, actually the blood which is coming by renal artery, is filtered. The process which is taking place here, filtration process is taking place. After that, let us come to the next part. Filtration will take place. So this renal artery it divides when it goes into the kidney. Renal artery is bringing blood that is mixed with the waste. We have to purify this. So always waste are present in the renal artery. Now in the kidney, when the renal artery enters into the kidney, it will divide into many number of arterioles. Where does this arterioles go? These arterioles enter into the nephron. And this nephron is the one which does the work. Nephron forms urine, or it filters the blood. Filtration is filters the blood. That is why nephron is called structural and functional unit of kidney. Functional unit of kidney. So we are more concerned about the urine formation. In urine formation, there are 4 steps. 4 steps are there in urine formation. First step is glomerular filtration. Second step is the selective reabsorption. Third one is the tubular secretion. Fourth step is excretion. Which is also called micturition. So we are going to take up glomerular filtration. Glomerular filtration takes place. I am writing very slowly so that you people can copy it down. Now, glomerular filtration, as the name suggests, it takes place in the glomerular part of renal capsule. Okay, renal capsule. This renal capsule is made up of two parts. We know that there is a tuft of blood vessels, tuft of capillaries, which is called the glomerulus, and then you have a capsule which is covering this. This capsule is made up of two layers, and this is called Malpighian. This is called Bowman's capsule. This is called Bowman's capsule. Now, after this Bowman's capsule, let us come to see what is present here in glomerular filtration. Glomerular filtration about 125 ml per minute to 180 ml per day filtrate is formed at the end of glomerular filtration. Filtrate is formed. Now, this glomerular filtration is also called ultrafiltration. This lecture will be useful to you. It will be helpful to you only if you write along with this. You take a notebook, write down whatever I am writing here so that you can remember it very well. Now, in glomerular filtration, ultrafiltration is taking place. Whose ultrafiltration is taking place here? Blood is getting filtered. Blood is filtered to form the ultrafiltrate. The end product is called ultrafiltrate. This is also called cortical fluid. Cortical fluid. It is also called primary urine. This is not a urine but a primary urine which is very, very much dilute. It has to be concentrated. What is the quantity of primary urine? The quantity of primary urine is this much, 180 ml per day. But if you remember, I had told you that the urine that is formed is equal to 1.1 liter per day, or it is 1.5 liters. Okay. So now let us come to the composition of primary urine. I am writing here. Composition of primary urine. If you look at the composition of primary urine, it is almost same. It is same as plasma. Blood plasma. Okay, so I will write here. See, you look here. The blood is filtered here, and blood is made up of two parts. One is the formed elements. Formed elements are nothing but RBC, WBC plus platelets. RBC, WBC and platelets, these are the formed elements. Plus there is plasma. So when the blood is filtered, all these things will never enter into the primary filtrate. But there is the composition of the primary urine, it is same as plasma, but there is no large proteins. Large proteins do not enter into the primary urine, and formed elements and proteins are not there. So what is the largest protein which is stopped back? That is albumin. This protein cannot enter into the primary urine, where it is filtered here in the Bowman's capsule. Then where is it stored? It is stored in the, if you look here, this is, I'll take a different color. Let me do this like this only, I'll write. So you have the Bowman's capsule, and this is the afferent arteriole which is coming inside. It has a larger diameter. There is one more arteriole. It is not the vein. It is the arteriole which is going out. This is called the efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole. And this is the afferent . So almost 1 liter, 1 per minute, some 1100 ml of 1100 to 1200 ml of blood flows into this afferent arteriole. From here, it is entering into this tuft of capillaries, which is called the glomerulus. In the glomerulus, this is in the glomerulus, this is the place where the blood is present. In this, you have this large molecules, protein molecules, which are staying back. This large protein molecule, most of the time it is albumin. Okay. Now what is happening is, filtration will take place. Because of the filtration, all the blood from the blood, there is a liquid which is coming here. Remember, I will show you that liquid also again. That will be very much important. We will talk about it during ultrafiltration. This liquid that is formed, this is forming in the capsular space. This space is called the capsular space. And this liquid that is there, this is called the primary urine, which is just like the plasma. It is just like primary urine is same like protein plasma, but minus. Let me highlight this. Minus. There is no large protein that is staying back in the blood capillaries. Okay. So looking what is the quantity of the primary urine, it is almost equal to 125 ml per minute, or 180 ml is present. Now one more thing you have to remember is that the primary, if you look at Bowman's capsule, in the Bowman's capsule, let me talk here only. In the Bowman's capsule, it is made up of two membranes. Membrane 1 is called the visceral membrane. Why is this important? This membrane is called a visceral membrane, and this one is called the parietal membrane. Visceral membrane is made up of special kind of cells which are called podocytes, and the parietal membrane is made up of squamous. So what is the use? Squamous epithelium. Why it is made up of squamous epithelium? If you look here, this squamous epithelium, this is made up of squamous epithelium. I am drawing a very small portion. This squamous epithelium is permeable, due to which what happens? The fluid which is there in the capsule, capsular fluid, it can communicate with the fluid which is outside. Let me take another color and I will write here. See here. This is the outside fluid. This is called, because it is present, this whole structure is present in the cortex. So this outside part is called the cortical interstitial space. I'll write here. Cortical interstitial space. When you compare the primary urine with the cortical interstitial space, in this space there is a fluid present. So, because this is primary urine is also fluid and cortical interstitial fluid is present. When we compare both this fluid, the primary urine, I'll write here. Primary urine is hypotonic to the cortical fluid. Primary urine is hypotonic to the cortical fluid. Now, what do you mean by hypotonic? I mean that it has less concentration of water. Sorry, it has less concentration. Less concentrated than this one. So it has more quantity of water. If you send this primary urine out, we will die, our body will become dehydrated. That is the reason why this urine has to be concentrated. This is what is happening in your glomerulus. But the real process of ultrafiltration, I have not explained it till now. We will come to that. So, now this is your Bowman's capsule. Afferent arteriole, very large in diameter. Efferent arteriole, very narrow in diameter. Look at the diameters here. So, when the afferent arteriole is bringing blood, when it brings blood, it brings with very high pressure, and that pressure is called hydrostatic pressure. The amount of pressure with which the blood is brought into